damages to cargo than using the other wagons. We also have flat wagons, and flat wagons may come in 2-axle or 4 axles. The 2-axle flat wagons may be called flat cars. That is a jargon used in rail transport, and they may typically be used for steel tubes, rails, or the rail itself, because when there are times when during maintenance certain parts of the rail may be changed, and that requires the rail to be transported, and they are made of iron or what is wrought iron, so they can be very, very heavy. So flat wagons are used to carry steel tubes, rail itself, trunk timber, that is the sawn timber, which has not been cut into the various sizes. It can also carry sea containers. It will carry large boxes, and it even can be used to carry vehicles, trailers and diggers and excavators. When any of such cargoes, steel tubes, rails, trunk timber, sea containers, large boxes, or earth-moving equipment are on the very heavy side, then it will be advisable to use a 4-axle flat wagons. Such wagons are called flat racks or low loaders. So they will be used for the same articles or the same goods, except that the flat wagons are used generally for goods of that nature that may be lighter in weight, and the 4-axle flat wagon, which may also be called flat racks, will be used for the same types of cargo when they are on the heavy side. Another type of wagons that you would find in rolling stock would include container carrying wagons. There are special wagons made to carry containers. They are of skeletal forms, and the containers do fit into special devices attached to the container, so they can hold the container onto the wagons. Some pictures of it will be shown to you at the latter stage. There are also wagons that we call refrigerated wagons or reefer wagons, and they are used to carry frozen goods and perishable goods like vegetable and fresh food. Another type of wagon is also called tank wagons, and as the name suggests, tank wagons are used to carry fluids such as water, oils, or petroleum products. So that is for tank wagons. There's another type of special wagon which is called silo wagon or self-unloading wagon. And silo wagons or self-unloading wagons are used to carry grains, gravel, sand, and cargo of such nature. For instance, if grain of wheat or rice, from the bulk is being discharged from the port, silo wagons may be used to directly pour the grain into them, and they will transport them to the appropriate warehouse or silos where they will be kept. So let me go over very quickly again. On this slide, we have 4-axle container carrying wagons, and container carrying wagons may also come in 2 axles, so that when the sea containers are on the lightweight, maybe for 20-footer containers not carrying very heavy cargo, 2-axle container carrying wagon may be used. If it is a 40-footer wagon, and sometimes some of these wagons can carry 2 40-footer wagons lengthwise, and it can be double up upwards, you may the 4-axle container carrying wagons may be used. I'll take you through, some pictures or pictorial form of such wagons so that you see what they are. And remember, container carrying wagons, either 2-axle or 4-axle, may be used to carry not only containers but also what we call swap bodies. I believe by now you have come across swap bodies, so you know what we mean by swap body as a loading unit. The next one is a refrigerated wagon or reefer wagons. They are used to carry frozen goods or perishable cargo, fruits, vegetables, and so forth and so on. We also have tank wagons that would carry fluids in general, and fluids may include water, oil, petroleum products, or any form of fluid. Silo wagon or self-unloading wagon is another type of wagon you will find in many of the rolling stocks, and they will carry grain, they will carry gravel, they will carry sand, they will carry all sorts of cargo in the form of grains and whatnot. On this slide, you will see a picture of an open wagon, and if you look carefully, there is an opening on the side, one in the top front and one at the back side of it. And in the middle of this, the front view, you will see DB cargo. And I hope you remember what the DB stands for. This is a Deutsche Bahn wagon. It means the wagon belongs to which German National Railway. And what you see, the inscription on the left side is what we call labels, real labels. Now, this somehow looks like covered wagons because the openings is quite smaller. So this is an open wagon, and the front view is not too far off from covered wagon. The other noticeable feature of this wagon is that you see it has 4 axles, 2 at the left side, which is the back, 2 at the front. This is what we call boogie wagons. 4 axles, 2 of them joined together as like a twin axle or double axle for trucks. So twin in the front, twin in the back. When you count from the side, you have 4 axles because each wheel, 2 wheels are held by a flange. So this is what we call a boogie open wagon. It's a 4 axles open wagon belonging to Deutsche Bahn, the German National Railway. The blue van you see, I mean the second, because on the extreme right, there's a tank wagon that is blue in color, deep blue, and it's almost disappearing in the picture. Following that is a blue closed wagon. You notice that the side or the door of a closed or covered wagon, it's quite narrow. It's about a quarter of the full side length of the side. And this restricts the loading and offloading. So this is a covered wagon or a closed wagon. And the next wagon is also what? A covered wagon, because the doors of the wagon is about a quarter of it. It's not as wide. So in the front, on the extreme right, it's a tank wagon, but you only see the back side of it, and it's 4-axled tank wagon disappearing. But I'll show you a full tank wagon that has its full features. The blue wagon is covered wagon. The red or what do I call this color? The wagon following the blue one, as you go towards your left, on the left side of the screen, in the middle before the telephone post, is also a closed wagon. I hope you see what I mean. And the door of the closed wagon is almost in the middle, and they constitute about a quarter of the side of the wagon. This is another closed wagon, and this is two-axled closed wagon. You notice that there is one axle on the right, one axle on the left. That makes it a two-axled wagon. It's a closed wagon. You see the label is on it. This is a flat wagon, but it's a flat rack because it's a four-axled flat wagon. Two axles in the front, two in the back. So this is a boogie flat wagon. And you see it's flat on the top, so you can conveniently seat a container on it, large boxes, large crates, and even